Emily Clater. I've been at Pepperell since 2017, and I'm the head coach of these awesome ladies here. This is Hannah Smith, senior, Caitlin House, senior, and Sarah Harris, junior.
My name is Zach Thompson, second year at Pepperell High School. Today I've brought with me sophomores Antonio Barton Jr., Aaron Wood, and senior Rob Welch.
Coaches, thank y'all so much, and players for being here with us today. My name is David Humphreys. I'm the area director here in Rome, Floyd County. We're happy to have y'all. Coaches, if you would take just a second and kind of give us just a quick look into what you hope to be the future with your teams, and looking just really excited about hearing what you have to say today. Thank you.
Over the past few years, we've kind of struggled with numbers with our upperclassmen. And so this year, having 3 seniors, we're kind of building on that number from here on. These 3 seniors, one of them not being here, but they have all gotten a lot of varsity experience. Hannah here's been a starter for 3 years. Caitlin's been starting since she was a freshman. And so we're really looking to build upon that, take that experience that they've gathered over that time and let them lead our whole team on the floor and off the floor, and hopefully have others come up behind them to follow suit.
To piggyback on Coach Clater, we also struggle with numbers currently now with football being as successful as it is this year with Coach Haywood. We have a big senior class with 5, but then only 1 junior. So we're starting to usher in a bigger sophomore class as right here, and we also have a big freshman group. So it's this year's going to be a combination of getting the group to mend together, to grow as a group, and also the leadership and the baton to be passed from seniors to the sophomore group.
Coach Thompson, I'll start with you, and then I'll move to a question on Coach Clater. Last year, you sat at this table and talked about building a culture, and that the senior class you had last year was going to contribute to that, and that's where you wanted to start, from the ground and build it up. Talk about that process and how these gentlemen that are with you today are helping build that.
So it's no shock to anyone how last year went, but I did sit on this stage last year and say that I wanted to build brick by brick, so to speak, and we have to lay a foundation somewhere. And last year, although the success didn't come in the win-loss record, it did come in accountability. So there were a lot of hard conversations had. There were some heartaches. There were some tough conversations between parents, me to parents, me to students, me to student athletes, and that is something that is going to be implemented at Pepperell High School. So the success wasn't on the court, but it was implemented off the court. And to these 3 guys right here, I hold everything as high as I can to them. I'm super proud of my group. Every single one of them has a passing grade. Everyone has a single passing grade. The lowest grade we have is a 79 right now. There's not a failing grade in Pepperell High School men's basketball, and I'm super proud of that.
Excellent. And Coach Clater, you returned a lot of production from last year's squad, and they were a hard-nosed, tough basketball team to watch. How do you build on that going into this season?
Yeah, we were hundredths off from making the state tournament last year, so that, of course, stung, but stuck with us. And so we want to build on that, of course. But, yes, these girls right here, they're going to come out here and they're going to play tough. They're not going to quit until that final buzzer, no matter what that scoreboard says. And I believe that when you've got that mentality, of course, that's what you want whenever you're winning. You want that go-get-'em attitude, but then you also want it during the tough times, because that's what really builds character, and that says a lot about your team and the culture that you have, and that's what these girls bring every day.
Stephen Frazier with Rome Area FCA. This is for the players. What do each one of you bring to the team as far as a strength, but what would be an area that you're seeing that you need to grow in so that you can better lead your team?
I would say for strength on my part, as the point guard, I'm not relied on for maybe shooting, but just telling my team what's open and what they have to do and leading them verbally instead of maybe skill-wise. And I think one of our points of growing is going to be adding these younger kids who maybe don't have the experience in building their confidence up so they can help us on the floor.
I think that I have a strength that is not there yet, but I have to work on it since the past 2 years is my leadership, and it hasn't been there, but I've been working on it since the first day of practice and my attitude, and just helping the younger freshmen and sophomore that are coming in, and just helping them lead them to what they need to know.
I think one of my strengths is just being able to show my teammates how you do play the game of basketball and how you lead others. One of my weaknesses is I'm not as vocal as I need to be, and especially since I'm now an upperclassman, just being able to have those conversations that I need to have and step up is necessary and what I'm going to try and work on.
What I bring is hustle, effort, and as a small guard, aggressiveness and leadership to the team. So when we down, just keep my head up and keep the team going.
I feel like I bring a lot of leadership, just being a sophomore, but I still feel like I'm a pretty good leader. But I still feel like I could work on helping the younger guys out that have just got to high school and are trying to learn how to start playing with high schoolers and stuff like that.
I feel like one of my biggest strengths is also my leadership. Last year was my first year playing varsity, and I was a starter for most of the season. And the way I like to lead. I like to lead by my attitude on the court, and not just how good I am at basketball, because I'm not the best. I'm not that good. But I like to show my attitude and show that there's always something good to come out of it, even if we lose a game, which we do. But just always help my teammates. All right. But also, one thing we can grow on as a team is our attitudes on the court. I try to help it out. I try to help out with it a little bit, but last year we had a lot of bad attitude on the court, and it didn't look good for us for the program. But hopefully this year, a lot better.
All right, players, I got another question for you. Who's your biggest influence in your life, and what's your why?
I'll probably just say some of the seniors last year, because they was always around for a little bit and giving me encouragement and always giving me skills to work on. And my coach right here, he always had faith in me and stuff and was telling me what things I need to do and stuff to get better and be ready for the next year. And my mom, because she's always giving me words of encouragement after games and stuff, after losses, telling me to keep my head up and stuff.
I feel like some of the seniors from last year, going off what he said, were pretty good leaders in some aspects. But I feel like also my mom, keeping it real after games and what I need to work on, stuff like that. And also Coach Thompson, he's going to tell you what needs to be said, what you need to work on, what looks good, but what also you need to work on. So I think those three are pretty big things in life.
I like to say my biggest inspiration is my dad. He's a local pastor here in Rome, and always growing up, he just at my games. My parents aren't the type of always talk to coaches or always complain about how much playing time I get. I'm in middle school, didn't even get to play my 8th grade day, but that always kept something in my heart, and my parents pushed me towards that and were like, let that be your drive and stuff. So I'd just like to say both my mom and my dad on just always showing me how to act on and off the court.
My biggest inspiration was actually Morgan Willingham. She was a senior when we were freshmen, and she's just really inspiring because all 4 quarters, she would give everything she had. Every day at practice, she would drive to get better and better, no matter if she's hurt, tired, or sick. And it's just really inspiring to see players who are willing to give everything they have all 4 years.
I think my biggest inspiration person is my mom. She's she's just always there for me, and she's like my number one supporter. I always hear her in the crowds over everybody yelling at me. She makes these posts about me that I don't like, but I mean, it shows that she's just trying to be there for me. And also, Coach Clater over there, she's just always there for us, and me also. Like, even when I don't have the best attitude, we fix it, and she's still there for me and still the nicest person for me. And she also likes to share the word of God to all of us, like during practice and before games we pray and all this, and it just really gets to us after she does that.
My biggest influence is my dad. He just is such a good leader, and when he sees he needs to work on something, he does it over and over until he gets it right. But also, I have another one. It's the Lord. I mean, he's the only reason I do this, and how I can, he carries me through everything, no matter if we're losing or if we're having a bad season. Just being able to turn to him and say, and remind myself that this is not the purpose. Like, winning is not the purpose. Winning is for the kingdom, so.
That's awesome. Well, coaches, thank y'all so much. Players, we're excited to watch you and keep up with you this year, and good luck. Thank you.